Right, so the news is today was broke very quickly is that we are very close to signing João Felix on loan from Atletico Madrid. Here's what Fabrizio Romano came out and said. Chelsea are now in advanced talks to sign João Felix from Atletico Madrid on loan until June. Deal at final stages, no bargaining clause discussed. Fee be more than €10 million with salary covered and taxes. Talks accelerated after injuries and the last game. So obviously you all know who João Felix is. Man United and Arsenal were favourites to sign him, but obviously it's taken a wild turn with United going for Weghorst rather than Felix and Arsenal. I don't know if Arsenal really ever put in a proper approach for him. Obviously €10 million, what is equivalent to about £8.8 million. I think it's a good deal financially for us. Obviously, there's no buy clause discussed, what's interesting. So, Felix does want a way out of Atletico Madrid. Obviously, he did a great job at Benfica, got the big money move, and he hasn't turned out to be quite what Madrid were thinking. Obviously, you do have to take into consideration the point that he was, obviously, Diego Simeone is a very defensive-minded coach, and the way Simeone playing wasn't necessarily fitting Felix's style. It's hard for him to shine like he did at Benfica. I mean, look, he was in the Portuguese league at the same time with Bruno Fernandes, both playing in a similar position in two different teams, Benfica and Sporting Lisbon, and it was Felix who outshone Bruno in that league, has to be said. And it's Felix who got the £100 million move, so it's clear he's very, very talented. He's a very talented player, and that's why I'm really looking forward to this move. I know he gets a lot of criticism, but I don't think he deserves. I just hope he can finally prove what he can do. So here's what I think our strongest team is right now, not including injuries. I think the team will look to play for the rest of the season if we do sign Felix. I'm only taking Felix as the only player we haven't officially signed yet, because he's the only player, like, all the other players are just basically rumours as of now. So his team I'll go with. Kepa in goal, I don't know if there's any doubt about that. He has made a few mistakes of recent, but he's played very, very well apart from that. He's definitely kept us in a lot of games. Reece James will play right back. I think there's any doubt of that. We need to get some cover for him. I think Dumfries has been linked with it. But when he's fit, he plays. There's don't any doubt about that. Next, in this first centre back role, I'll go with Koulibaly or Badiashile. Obviously, I haven't seen Badiashile that much, so it's sort of hard for me to judge him. Koulibaly hasn't had a great start to the season, to be honest. He's been very rash, diving in. So we saw him give away a penalty yesterday. I'm starting to get a bit sick of it, to be honest. I think just sort of diving in. So I haven't judged Badiashile yet, so I'll wait to see. The other centre back position is obviously Silva, there's no doubt about that. And also Ben Chilwell at left back. There doesn't really seem to be any competition in that role. Maybe Lewis Hall. Kuka hasn't really proven that he should be in there with Chilwell. Then the two CDM roles, the first one I've got Kante or Zakaria. So obviously Kante he hasn't really had a season, has he? He's been injured all the time. Zakaria, ever since he's got on the team, he's played well. It has to be said, he has played very well. He looks very good in that centre mid role. I've been a massive fan of him since he came in. So when Kante comes back fit, I'd rather play him or Zakaria. And in that other CDM role, I play Kovacic. Fantastic box-to-box midfielder. He's having a good season. Obviously, he's had a bit of a problem with his calf and his thigh. But yeah, he's having a good season. Going into the right wing role now, I've got Sterling or Havertz. So obviously Havertz has been playing up front all the time. It's not his position. Before Chelsea, he was a bit of a cam or a right winger at Bayer Leverkusen. So that's where I'd probably look to play him. Obviously, when you have Felix coming in, I'm going to put him at cam. So you'd rather put Havertz at cam as a backup to Felix or as a right wing. The only person I would say is challenging him at right wing is Sterling. Could make an argument for Ziyech. He hasn't got much game time. I think Ziyech is going to leave the club, obviously, to be honest. I think it probably happened in the summer. Obviously, it was meant to happen last summer. For some reason, it never happened. Obviously, he's his own agent now, I'm pretty sure. I think Sterling, he's had an alright season. Obviously, he's scored quite a few goals, important goals. I think he gets into good positions, but just when he gets into those positions, he hasn't been good enough. So yeah, right wing I'd go Sterling or Havertz, maybe Ziyech, I'm not sure though. Cam, I've already said I'd go Felix. I wouldn't play him up front, I'd play him at Cam. Start off with at least. Left wing, I would go Mount. Mount hasn't impressed me of recent. Start him over Pulisic. So yeah, Mount left wing. He hasn't impressed me of recent, but He's still a great player, obviously. Up front, I'd go with Fafana or Broa. Obviously, Broa's out for the rest of the season, so I'd go for Fafana. Obviously, they're looking to people out on loan. I think it's ridiculous when you have Broa out, injured, Aubameyang's not in good form, Havertz is definitely not in good form up there. Why would you look to put him out on loan? Give him his chance, give him his opportunity up front. So, yeah, I'd start Fafana. I'd give him that opportunity. What would your team be? Give it in the comments. And that's everything. See ya.